Welcome back, Luxurious Fleet. Honda could be actually bringing back the Integra in just a couple years, as well as the Type R variant. Could this be the vehicle we see here in the States as the next Acura RSX? Also in today's news, GM and Honda, hashtag Gundam, are at it again, building an EV charging network, and Toyota has some minor changes for the 2021 RAV4. And Luxurious Fleet, if you want the revival of the Integra / RSX, please smash the like button. Acura watches my channel from time to time, so any support would help this idea get rolling. Also, please subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications so you won't miss any Japanese or Korean auto news or my review on the 2021 Acura RDX, a spec that is sitting in the driveway. Over at Japanese scoop site Spider 7 in 2022, the Honda Integra revives, which we never got it here in the States as a Honda, it was always an Acura. But the Type R is a big expectation. And these are the renders of what they expect it to look like. So let's just flip through the pictures, then we'll go over some of the specs that they're expecting as well. So take this with a grain of salt. Acura needs to do something with their entry-level sedan. I don't expect the ILX to be around much longer. And in fact, in 2022, based off the leaked roadmap we got, Acura expects to sell about 35,000 units of a new compact sedan, as well as Type R variants, or Type S variant since it's the Acura, but we're gonna comb through the images. Now, I don't expect a two-door version to come to the United States. I expect it to be a four-door version, just like we had a four-door version of the Acura Integra when it was here. Now, this is supposed to be the non-Type S version. This looks a lot like the CRZ. That's just my opinion. It almost looks kind of dated to me. When the next model comes out, the expected powertrain will be the 1.5 liter inline 4-cylinder direct injection turbo engine, diverted from the Civic Si Coupe mentioned above. Keep in mind that would be for the Honda Integra. With the Acura version, I would fully expect it to be the 2-liter turbocharged engine that we see in the RDX, that we see in the new TLX, with the 272 horsepower, 280 pound-feet of torque. Now they say the high-performance Type R is equipped with that same engine that I just mentioned, with a maximum output of over 300 horsepower. There is going to be a Type S version of some sort of small compact sedan. Now, that's here in America as an Acura. I would expect it to be similar to this Honda Integra. I don't expect Acura to recall it the Integra, right? They had the Integra originally, then they renamed it the RSX. And yeah, most of us Acura fans wish they stuck with the Acura Legend, the Vigor, the Integra names of old. Now it's all letters and jumbly stuff, which, yeah, they're just trying to be more luxury sounding because that's what the Germans do. The Germans just have letters and numbers for their names. If the base engine of the car, which I fully expect that this base engine is going to be the 2-liter turbocharged engine that we see in the RDX TLX with 272 horsepower, what would the Type S version be? Here in the States anyways. Well, they could just have a higher output version of it, similar to the Civic Type R, which is a little over 300 horsepower. I don't know which way they would go. They either go the higher output Turbo 4, which isn't that much more horsepower, or they put in the Turbo V6, which we would all love to see the Turbo V6 with about 355 horsepower. So guys, I'll see you guys in the comments on that. That's really all the information that Spider says that they have some general idea of what they expect to look like. They know it's coming in 2022, and I fully expect it to be the next Acura RSX / Integra. So guys, I'll see you in the comments there. Exciting stuff, but we're gonna move on to Gundam real quick. GM and Honda, hashtag Gundam, publish specs for decentralized electric car charging network. My Gundam shirt is in the mail right now, so I will be wearing it. It would have been perfect for today's article, but if you guys want to check out my Teespring store, go ahead and look below. So Honda and GM-led working group has unveiled a global standard for using distributed ledger technology to create a decentralized electric vehicle charging network. Now they say storage of excess energy generated by wind and solar is a huge problem for the renewable energy industry, as batteries are very expensive, but electric vehicles already have significant storage capacity. So there's been a lot of work around plugging them into decentralized energy grids to store renewable energy. But yeah, Honda and GM, Gundam, they're working on a network that can more easily store renewable energy. which I think is a good thing. But if you guys want to read more into the article, go ahead. I'll put it in the description below. Moving to the Toyota newsroom, new XLE premium grade for 2021 RAV4 hybrid. So there's a new XLE premium grade for the RAV4 hybrid, and apparently the gas model already had this package, but it's going to get a couple things on the hybrid now as well. You're going to get the 18-inch 5-spoke super chrome finished sport alloy wheels, which you guys know how much I love chrome. And feel free to pause at any second just to read this information here, but look at this. Okay, so 2-inch digital MID, all right, no big deal. But you guys get a 0-inch touchscreen, 6 speakers, and Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. All right, that's obviously a typo. I believe it's the 8-inch touchscreen in that car. But yeah, 0-inch touchscreen in the press release here. And also what trips me up, and this is kind of a deal breaker for a lot of people, is that you get an 8-way adjustable seat for the driver. You only get a 4-way adjustable front seat on the passenger, but it's only 4-way adjustable. I know that's a deal breaker for really, really tall people or short people, because you can't change the elevation of the seat to I think it just goes forward and back and then just tilts and goes, you know, you guys know what I mean, but it doesn't raise up and down, nor does it have lumbar support. Now, there's a new skid plate for the 2021 RAV4 TRD off-road model, and the quality is a stamped stainless steel front skid plate, and conveniently, they don't have a picture of it. If you're getting a TRD RAV4, you get a skid plate now. I think that's probably the coolest addition to the 2021 RAV4. Nothing major, but speaking of major, we're getting a major update on the Eclipse Cross. We're back to Spider 7. We get a look at the new headlights. You get these L-shaped taillights, and I kind of like how this creeps up. I guess would that be the D pillar, the very rear of the vehicle, to kind of give you this L look. I think it looks pretty sharp. We get our first look of the front LED lights. On the bottom, we get a somewhat interesting design with 3 color-matched diffuser-like pieces at the bottom of the bumper. And finally, guys, we get confirmation that the Eclipse Cross is getting the plug-in hybrid. We get a couple badges here, as well as the tachometer alluding to that. Plug-in hybrid EV. Now, the Europeans get a 1.5 liter turbo engine and a 2.2 liter turbo diesel. Here in North America, we will get a 1.5 liter naturally aspirated unit with 152 horsepower. The plug-in hybrid, my guess is they're just going to plop over the Outlander PHEV's setup, and the more updated one as well. So they just updated, I believe, last year for Europe. It gets about 28 miles on their scale. I would expect it to be about 25 miles on our scale, and that would mean for this vehicle, since it is a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter, to get even better fuel economy, maybe pushing about 30 miles of plug-in electric range only. Combined fuel economy is probably going to be around 40 miles per gallon in true hybrid mode. But the power, guys, the power, even though it has electric motors in the front and the rear, I think it's only around 135 horsepower. Whereas the naturally aspirated smaller engine, because we get a 2.4 liter in the plug-in, we get a 1.5 liter here with maximum output of 152 horsepower. So the non-plug-in hybrid, or the non-hybrid in general, might actually be a hair quicker, since it's also going to be lighter. And 0 to 62 miles per hour apparently is like 10.5 seconds on that plug-in hybrid. Now, no one's going to be racing in an Eclipse Cross or a Outlander plug-in hybrid, but when you're spending about 35 grand on an Outlander plug-in hybrid, and for it to be that slow when you have electrification, is kind of like, you kind of wish you had maybe an 8-second 0 to 60. But if they can keep the price of this Eclipse Cross plug-in hybrid around 30 grand, I think that's a pretty good deal. Especially, you're going to get some incentives, whether it's state rebates or federal rebates for that plug-in hybrid. So that could bring down the cost as well for a really cheap but slow version of kind of like a RAV4 plug-in hybrid. I think that's pretty cool. Speaking of kind of cool, over at the Infiniti newsroom, Infiniti unleashes the Rebelle within a modified QX80, and it looks okay. It's not nearly as cool as that J201 concept that Lexus entered into the competition. It's okay. So they raised the suspension a little bit, put in some extra gear and whatnot, replace the bumpers with some more sturdier things. But nothing significant there. Just felt like sharing it because I would not say no to that QX80. And over at Motor One, There's a such thing as a Kia Stonic, and they have just unveiled a GT line to it. So the Kia Stonic, how I see it, is like a B segment crossover, like the Yaris Cross that we don't get here in the United States. It would slot in below the Seltos. It would be the smallest Kia if they were to bring it here. And the GT line looks pretty cool. I probably would prefer, if it was available, the Yaris Cross, because that's gonna get you like 50 miles per gallon and it offers the same horsepower as this vehicle, which is 118 horsepower. But I'll see you guys in the comments below. Would you rather have Stonic GT or a Yaris Cross hybrid with all-wheel drive? I don't know. I think you guys know the answer. This thing looks like a hopped up Golf, a four-door Golf with you know, a lift on it. That's what it looks like to me. So guys, I'll see you in the comments. As always, if you made it this far in the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already. Exciting content coming to the channel. Gosh, Integra, guys, making a comeback. Fingers crossed. I'm feeling pretty good about it. And Acura has to do something with that small compact sedan that they're expecting to sell about 35,000 units of in 2 years from now. And exciting to have a Type S variant here stateside as well. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves and peace out.